Hi, grade sixes. Welcome to math. Doing IXL Z5 and 6 today. Let's have a look at it. All right, Z5, classifying triangles. We're doing 2D figures at the moment, this section. And looking ahead, it looks like your test is next week, Wednesday. So you've got a long weekend that you can work on, trying to catch up, but I would really encourage you to try and get it done before then and enjoy your time off. All right, so let's have a look at Z5. We're classifying triangles. Let's look at the learn with an example just to see our notes. You can pull up the notes that I made for you as well, or have the printout next to you. You might want to pause and get that gathered and then come back to the lesson. You have got 3 different types of triangles, okay? And these specific triangles are, they are classified according to the angles within that triangle. So you have got an acute angled triangle, that's what it's called, where all 3 of these inside angles are less than 90 degrees. So each one of them is less than 90 degrees. That makes it acute triangle, right? Then if there is one right angle in your triangle, then it's a right triangle, or a right angled triangle is another way to say it, and it will have one right angle. It will always be shown as a little box to make a square, to make that a 90-degree angle. And then you have the third type, and this is called an obtuse triangle, where one of the angles in the triangle is greater than 90 degrees. You can't have all 3 greater than 90, otherwise the shape would never close, because they would never meet. The lines would go off into opposite directions. All right, so if one of the angles is obtuse, that makes it an obtuse triangle, or an obtuse angled triangle, where one angle is greater than a 90 degree. Or a right angle. So let's go back and try a couple of these. So it says, what kind of triangle is this? The specific angle that is represented here has a box that, remember, that reminds us that it's a 90 degree, which makes that a right triangle. Right? You can press pause, figure it out, come back, check if you're right. What kind of triangle is this? I'm looking at all of the angles. None of them are greater than 90. Remember, you can always use your little corner of your page that you can use to go and see if you can fit that in to your different corners in all 3. Make sure none of them go outside of that corner of your page. If they shoot off on the outside, they go bigger, then obviously it would be an obtuse. This one, all 3 of these are acute angles, and that makes it an acute triangle. One more, classifying triangles. What kind of triangle is this? That's acute, but hang on, this one is greater than 90. If I put my corner of my page in there, along one of the lines is along exactly that line, the one line, you will see the other line is shooting off way bigger than that corner, and that makes it an obtuse angle greater than 90 degrees. So this is an obtuse triangle. All right, so you can carry on with those. Let's go back to level H, and we're looking at Z6, identifying trapezoids. So again, we're going to look at our notes, look at the notes next to you, or you can always look at the learn with an example also to find out the information that we need to know. This tells us what a trapezoid is. Trapezoid is a quadrilateral. Quad is four-sided figure with one pair of parallel sides. You can see the top and the bottom, they are parallel, and that is shown by that little arrow, the red arrows there. All right, you've got 2 more examples right here. Those 2 are parallel. You can see that the top and the bottom are parallel, but the sides are not parallel. They are not running alongside each other. Remember, parallel lines, they're like train tracks. They'll never meet. They're always perfectly aligned, straight. Okay, so a quadrilateral is a 4-sided polygon. Polygon, many-sided shape. In diagrams, we mark parallel sides with matching arrows. All right, so let's go back and see is this polygon a trapezoid? Remember, it needs to be two things. One, it needs to be a four-sided figure, and it needs to have one pair of parallel sides. So let's have a look. How many sides are there? If I take my annotation and I'm going to draw, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So it is a quadrilateral, but are any of these sides parallel? If I look at this one and that one, they're going off at different directions. It's always opposite sides that will be parallel if they are. So we'll have a bottom, and then the top is going at an angle. If I were to continue that line out, it would eventually hit this one if I continued. Do you see that? So those are not parallel lines because they will cross, they will meet in one point. What about these ones? If I went this way long enough, then it would also cross if this one were to be extended, right? So those are not parallel lines. None of those are parallel lines. So we are going to say, no, this is not a trapezoid. Okay, let's look at this one. Now this one's quite easy to see. It's actually shown you these two little arrows, and that is the way that they indicate that those two lines are parallel. So we know that they have one pair of parallel lines. What is the other thing that a trapezoid needs to have? It needs to be a four-sided shape. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 4 sides. So yes, this meets a trapezoid requirements. Okay, and let's look at this one. Let me just erase my drawing. Okay, 4-sided shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, whoops, there are 5 sides to this, so we don't even have to see it at this point if there are any parallel lines, because we know that a 5-sided shape is not a trapezoid. So no, it is not. Okay, so that is today's work. Z5 and Z6, go through that together on your own and work hard. Get it all done before the Easter weekend and have a good holiday. I shall see you very soon.